Hey folks, Jumpin' Quills, and thank you for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed the last video, but I thought it'd be nice to follow it up with a walkthrough of sorts, going through Beneath, and I'll even point out some of the old lore stuff that I was mentioning in the last video since I didn't show too much clips of it, but this will probably be more focused on actually playing the game and going through it, and I've already beaten the game. I know what to do, but for those who don't know what to do or are a bit stuck on things, this will be a nice little guide to help you guys out. And essentially, it's just going to be a little bit difficult starting off, and the game at the end point is just fun. You just kill everything. There's not much risk of death. In the beginning, it's actually a bit of a challenge, and just depending on what class you go, it's a little bit difficult. And I'm probably using the class I find to be the most difficult, and that's going to be the Spectre class, and that's actually the default one you spawn as. We'll be switching over actually at one point after the next class is unlocked, and we'll see how that goes around. And it's a bit weird to me. I'm not familiar with it, and it just seems very underpowered. But the first one through I did, probably one of the most cheesy classes, which is the Warlock or Sorcerer. Damn fireballs from far away and kill pretty much every boss without much threat. The first boss, I guess technically you have to beat that first boss before you can access any others. Probably the most difficult with the Warlock, but we'll see how it goes with other classes, because frankly, I don't have much experience with anyone other than the Warlock and the Brawler. So, Spectre and the aforementioned fifth one, which we'll find out in a bit, or hopefully at the end of this playthrough, if not the second episode. We'll get access to that, and we'll try our best. But yeah, this is going to result in a lot of our deaths, and not much else. So, I'm not going to bother exploring the facility as of right now. There are a few rooms we can't get access to. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do that. There's a few rooms we can't get access to. You can't get access to this one. Can't go in there. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's not really... I don't know why you can't go in there. It doesn't seem like it'd be that important. For some reason, you can't access any of the bunks as an ensign, which is a little confusing because it doesn't really make sense of where you can stay or not. So, there's nothing really important in the bunks either. I don't know why those are locked in the first place. It's just confusing me. You can't go into whatever this room is. I just still don't know what this is. It doesn't really make... It's like a simulation room, but not a simulation room, just in a different way. And this is the actual simulation with the boxes, where you can just kind of watch people go about their reliving of past experiences, even though you can't really see it too well from here. I can't tell what is that one. Can't really make out that one. But yeah, this is the command room. Can't go in there, so not really much you can do as an ensign. So this is where we just continue on our way. You go through here. When I first started the Beneath mode, I had no idea where I was supposed to go. I ran around the facility for about 20-ish minutes until I realized the blue door opens up, and I found it by accident. I just stood by it, and I turned around to look around in the room. I turned back to see the door was open. I figured out how to begin the game. To apologize, but it does make you feel like an idiot in the end. So yeah, but the Spectre class, we'll be going for this for the first part. Any upgrades, especially since it's not the best or easiest way to start. I do apologize, especially during the later levels. I will start to lag a bit. I'm not going to get the bomb one because my computer just does not like it. Okay. I kind of forget how fun it is just to kind of do that thing. It's just hitting them. And that is probably one of my favorite things. I do love the Brawler class and kicking, just because it's fun to watch things go flying, but also the shift thing is definitely more versatile than the kick in terms of you can kind of just dance around with it. Instead of just going forward, I think I realized you can just go to the side too. If I can do it right, you can. So, it's actually a very great maneuverable tool. Just, make sure you use it properly. There will be some moments where I actually screw myself over. If you see a gremlin, always kill the gremlins. They need to die at every given chance. They are worth so much money that you will be needing. I need a weapon. It doesn't... Oh, okay, well I guess I'll take the fist. I've actually never used this weapon, and satisfying. Wow. You'll probably wonder why I'm constantly killing everything, and if you see the little yellow things, that's gold. You're going to want that. For one reason or another, you're going to want the gold. Largely for upgrades. So farming a room is your best bet. Back when they first released it, there was an enemy known as the Pursuer. Essentially would spawn in if you took too much time in one area. However, it's since been reworked, so he only spawns in on certain levels. I think it's a bit random. I know there's a level he always spawns in on, and I think it's the ruins at a certain point. But That is actually fantastic. And he just literally disintegrates. Yeah, the skull guys actually do a good amount of damage if you're not prepared for it. They can't kill you if you just get caught off guard. And it's a bit of embarrassing of a death, but I mean, there's, I guess, more embarrassing ways to die. And something that this game does do is make fun of you for dying to enemies that would be considered weak, if not completely useless. Like, you would think zombies normally in a horde setting would be terrifying and absolutely annoying to deal with, but yeah, no, this is pretty fun just to dispatch. So essentially, you'll find these little rooms, and with these little arrows that there'll be shops, and pretty much you're gonna want to, well, you're gonna want to go ahead and just buy everything you can. Oh, actually, I've already played a little bit on this account, so I did end up skipping through something. One thing to note that when you are playing, ooh, that is some lag. Oh, that's because he's spawning. One thing to note that when you are playing this mode, first begin beneath your very first cave one, or the first level of the cave, you're gonna have to rescue essentially a acolyte, if I'm correct in the terminology or in the name that the game gave him. If you can find one of the enemies, it'll go ahead and show you. But it's gonna allow you essentially to go up to the top and spend Shard Lords, I guess gems? I don't know what to call them. I always forget. Essentially boost shards, which allow you to upgrade yourself with better upgrades. You could do permanently more damage, you could permanently do, that's the word. You could upgrade your classes, do more, or specialized things. I know as far as I got on the first one, or my first run through, is the... I can't break them. I'm a little distracted now, I apologize. Oh, we just have him, okay. I need a weapon. He has a taser, that's why he's just insta-shotting them. Bodyguards are perhaps one of the best things you can get in terms of power-ups. There's definitely a few power-ups that if you can ever get them is better than others. Hopefully you find them, but bodyguards are pretty strong. I know there's a funny story. When Beneath first came out, I actually did get a bodyguard. I got a bodyguard too. It spawns you a little crystal crab. And we'll see those enemies down the road. Wow, okay, well, it spawns you a crystal crab. The thing is, your bodyguard can kill you. Which was a little just, heartening, especially when the fact you're trying to survive and you realize that you just got murdered by your own bodyguard just because the laser penetrated through you and killed you. Which I think they did fetch up. Oh, what are words? They did fix. I don't know which way I just came from. It is pretty easy to get lost if you're not paying attention to where you're going. So I went right, I went left. Did I go left, actually? I did not go left. Sledgehammers, okay. Honestly, with still compared to any enemy, it's best to hit him in the head. I should take less damage. I think that's pretty straightforward in terms of how things work. You usually want to kill things, you aim for the head. So, that's gonna be the thing. Oh, I guess the first or second most common enemy you come across are these tentacle boys. They do more damage than normal zombie. They have a bit longer of a wind-up. I don't know what... Oh, it's a taser sound. Okay. Yeah, these are little, I guess, skeleton trophies. You can essentially just spend 300 gold to get a power-up. It's something you always want to do if you have the gold. It's never a smart idea not to do it. I mean... Oh boy, okay, sorry, I get focused. This bodyguard is... he is covered in more blood than I think I'd ever expect or see from a single bodyguard, which is really unusual. They tend to die pretty fast, especially later on, but... I mean, when you give him a taser and something that just one-shots most enemies, and he gets the work job done, so... kudos to the bodyguard for doing work. Let's see if I can find... I really do want to find a crystal crab. I don't know if we're ever going to get the chance. That was weird. Oh. Wait. This is where we started from. So which way did this come from, then? We just came to... Okay. So yeah, let's see if we can find a crystal crab for us, but some of the enemies are definitely more difficult or tricky to deal with. It's a crystal crab. Well... it's gonna be, a little annoying to work with at first. But once you know how to counter them, they're pretty harmless, and if anything, can be a minor inconvenience in large numbers, which eventually you will come across enemies in large number, which will threaten your very existence and make you regret actually living. I don't... I just thought I heard someone talking. Okay, that was weird. I don't really like to use the dash too much. There's gonna be certain levels where I know the Spectre is not the best choice, partially because you might be the biggest danger to yourself in certain cases. It's hard to kill yourself as a classes other than the Spectre. Partially because if you accidentally use the ability in the wrong direction, and kind of, you know, throw yourself off a cliff if you're, you know, not entirely aware of surroundings or how far you're going to go. Oh, but yeah, there's a crystal crab. So in doing these things, the best bet you can do is go for the legs. As warlocks, again, you can cheese the living... I was not expecting to find a shard over here. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to deal with this one. Shard Lords essentially are just bigger versions of an already existing enemy. The Crystal Crab one will one-shot you at pretty much any given state if it hits you. Same with the normal one. But Crystal Crabs have a pretty normal attack. I can't hit him. But yeah, he'll kill me if I'm not careful. And I really do need to be careful as he does have a ranged attack too, which will one-shot me if I'm very just dumb. But yeah, killing these guys, gotta go for the legs. You know the way to kill them. I think you can hit them in the body in the middle there, just below the crate. Yeah, they take some damage. Otherwise, killing them, yeah, not the best. Oh boy. Okay. I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with this. I forgot if it said a pursuer was gonna spawn. Okay, yeah, see. When it comes to fighting crabs, best thing you can do is essentially move back and forth while midair. Because how the crabs work is they will... Okay, I need to get into the... I'm stuck. I'm so caught. Essentially how the crabs work is they will fire based off your predicted movement. So if you're moving essentially in one direction like this, they're going to fire where you're heading to. So that's the best way to avoid the damage, is they pretty much will one-shot you if you get caught by the lasers, especially with the amount of health I have. I might actually survive with a sliver, but it's not something you want to, you know, tempt to fate with. So, we're just gonna wait here for a bit and just hopefully he comes around the corner sometime soon. Yeah, it's easy to bait out their melee attack, but the range attack is really what you gotta worry for. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to kill it with what I have here. Oh my... Yeah. So they, for some reason, like to shoot at you even when you can easily... Okay, I don't know what I'm going to kill this thing with. I'm running out of options here. Okay. Forgot the Silver Sledgehammer, yet another club. Some of the best weapons are going to be either very sharp or blunt weapons as well. I thought I was going to die now. Apparently my bodyguard just got completely murdered. I don't know how much health this thing has. He's turning his... making it very difficult to hit him. Keeps turning the body. Yeah, your bodyguards are typically drop some pretty strong weapons. I don't know how I'm gonna... Okay, maybe you just let me maybe kill you? I don't know how I'm gonna... Wow, yeah, Shard Lords are essentially mini-bosses, as you can tell. In terms of, they just do not go down no matter how much beating you put into them. I need another weapon. Okay, knife will do. A hammer, I guess, as well. I gotta be fast enough, so they'll just chase me to the hell and back. You just gotta love that. You gotta love that. Just absolute destruction, annihilation. Essentially, these little floating heads too, I don't know what they're called other than floating heads. But they, much like crabs, they pretty much move in your predicted location. So if you're going one direction, they're going to try flying at you and hitting you there. They do a good amount of damage, and the game makes fun of you if you actually die to them. So, yeah, okay, that's something from my... Yeah. So sometimes it's better just to bait them out. Hopefully Shard Lord is close by at this point. He's probably chasing me in the tunnel. I can't afford to go down there because he's going to charge up, I think. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see, Shard Lord kind of kills you in one hit if it gets a shot off. No, same with a normal crab, so very difficult. Fortunately, luckily that was just the first level, but you kind of have to get to the last level of, everything to beat the first boss, so if we don't do it within the time limit, we'll try again, and we'll just keep going. Or I kind of skip through. I want to be as much into the next area is going to be a bit difficult, but as I get more power-ups and hopefully learn to dodge crab crystal bolts, I don't know what to call those things other than lasers, some time, but we'll see how many deaths I can do this in. I jokingly said to myself I was going to be doing a no-death run. That's, I don't think it's going to be likely unless I do the proper class. It's going to be a very boring playthrough because that would just be me doing a Warlock playthrough, which I really don't think is going to be fun to watch. There's a reason for that. Warlocks, again, it's fun, easy to use, very difficult to die as unless you're just not paying attention to your surroundings. You're not the most healthy. You probably have the same amount of health as a, well, I imagine it's the amount of health of the Spectre. So you're definitely not as fast, but you have that range, which is a massive help, accompanied with the fact that you can set things on fire. So like this guy, I don't even know how he's alive, first of all, but yeah, normally this guy would be dead by now if I was playing Warlock, as I'd probably just throw things at him, or just throw fireballs until he was gone. If you're wondering why these things are here, that is for a reason. These are just weapons that you can unlock with some permanent upgrades, which I do not know if that is through Shard Lords or... what's a better word? Ooh, Taser. Shard Lords or Purple Crystals, which I think I'm going to make it a note of myself to avoid Shard Lords for a time, unless it's a crystal one or... if it's a Satorian, I'll fight it. If it's not, I'm going to avoid it. The Beast is actually pretty easy to deal with if you have proper tools, as well as the Rock guy, but otherwise, I don't think I'm be in any position to be fighting him unless I'm a bit more tanky down the line and have a few more upgrades, which might give me a chance to one-shot him. And I will admit, some of the bosses can be cheesed with the proper upgrades and whatnot, so late game, once you have a lot of upgrades from both shards, just blue shards, it's a very fun and just... I don't know what I just saw there, but I think I just landed the decapitated head onto my weapon. You're still alive. I thought you'd be dead. Yeah, definitely some fun to be had, though, in terms of just trying to cause as much bodily damage to your enemies as possible. Zombies definitely the easiest thing to break apart. And one thing I failed to mention in my last video is if you notice that these zombies are all wearing uniforms of people you can find up in the facility. And that pretty much implies that they're... Whoa. Oh, what? Oh, something behind me. It pretty much implies that they're all essentially UHG personnel who have fallen beneath, so when you die, you will become a zombie, more than likely, assuming your body is usable. As you can tell, these bodies have sustained a lot of damage that would not be physically possible to live on. So yeah. Zombies, congratulations, you're killing you might be killing yourself at one point if you die in a level, or you're killing personnel who fell down behind. But you died. Okay, we're not. You kill a person who fell down here before you. So, have fun. I'm not entirely sure why it's only UHDF personnel. I might have a few theories, and I might as well just talk about them just to pass the time, but essentially, I assume bodies do decay down here. I don't know, you don't see any bodies of cultists or something like that. There's no bodies or just decaying bodies of essentially past generations or or I guess past histories. You don't see Roman corpses, you don't see pirate corpses. Assuming you don't see skeletons that you have to fight. Only the zombies you find are the ones in the facility, so I assume that it has to be somewhat recent, or bodies do decay at some point. I imagine this is in the near future, and plenty of personnel have died, and trying to study the beneath, so that's just probably the best guess I have. Otherwise, it's just probably just not wanting to create too many resources to make the mode work, which I also completely understand, and I wouldn't blame the devs for doing so. Oh my god. Yeah, oh boy. Fighting this guy is definitely not tricky. If you die to a normal human or a zombie, you should feel a little bit bad about yourself, because that takes either some purposeful intent or just... I just ran in a circle. I don't know why you're alive. That takes some willing intent or just complete unawareness of your surroundings, but I have died to humans and zombies before, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I really don't have any leg to stand on when it comes to this argument, so it's just pretty shameful to die like that. So fast. Tasers, perhaps one of the best things I could find. Do I want to swap this out for a sledgehammer? Yes, I do. The shop is that way, I think. The shard with the pyro. Okay, don't think I can fight him. Pyro is dangerous to fight. Partially the fact that he just does that. I don't know how long... Ooh, I have to fight Christmas crap here too. This is not the best case scenario for me. Don't think I'm going to be going down that way. Not with a Crab and Pyro Lord. I'm going to have to fight them out in the open, as it's the only way I stand a chance. Okay, that's going to break too. Really do need more weapons though. Knife. Using the knife. Yeah, Pyro Lord is probably It's not the most dangerous one. Again, I'm so used to fighting with a Warlock that's a little bit weirder or a very endgame brawler. So, I'll try fighting him. If I do die, it's going to be very unfortunate. But I really don't want to. I would like to get as far as I can within a reasonable amount of time. And hopefully just fix it there. Eventually, at some point, I will have to end the recording. So, I will try to get back to that point if I do have to stop playing. Or just completely, because I only have a certain amount of safe space. But, wow, that is... Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to find the exit as fast as I can, because I don't think I can take them all just yet. I certainly don't have the upgrades or the powers to deal with them. I could just upgrade my weapons, which I'm severely underusing. But I don't have a weapon to enchant, so... Okay, I'm not sure if I want to pick up a... Wow. Tasers are perhaps one of the best weapons you can use, despite how simplistic they are. They just do a lot of damage. Okay, whatever, I'll take a shovel, enchant it, and I'll use it. Essentially, wow, there's 2 Charlords here. I can't fight him. Yeah, so jumping really throws off the crawlers and going to track you. I'm hoping I can kill him with like... He really won't let me hit him, which is the most annoying part. Yeah, there goes my taser. I figured that would happen. I need to dispatch him fast before the rest come. I already said I wasn't going to fight one. I really do want to kill one, though. Because I got to make some sort of progress. A single run through this game could take, well over, essentially what is a few, oh boy, okay. Yeah, it could take well over what is a half an hour to more if you're not speedrunning it, you're trying to get all the upgrades you can. If you are speedrunning it, you have a better chance of completing in less than half an hour. Otherwise, you're going to be in some trouble. So I might just split up this episode into 2 as I try getting down there. If not, I'll just end it here and try to get back there as another run to where I left off, at the same level at least. So my goal is to get down to Caves 3. If I can't get down there, I'll have to start all over again, but I'll try to start back at Caves 2, so at least I can kind of go through here. It's not going to be matching up everything, and I might as well just sometimes die, but I don't want to have us, constantly start from point 1 to go from point Z all the way. Use that, alright. I need a weapon. I'm out of weapons. This isn't good. Alright. I've spent probably a little bit too much time here. Yep, they've caught up to me. I don't know if I can escape from here. I have to go back that way. And that's towards the pyro. Yeah. I'm probably going to the pyro here eventually, I assume so. Again, my goal is to get down to Cave 3. If I get to Cave 3, I'll end it here. I'll do another run through, I'll get back to Caves 3, and then we'll continue recording from there. So that's the goal for now. But I gotta find the exit first, and hopefully we get to that point. God, I am so fast. So Spectre, again, is the fastest class in the game. You can pick up other upgrades such as speed, stamina, and health, which is all important, especially for the boss fights, as if you just go into with what you have right now, unless you got perfect dodging skills, you will die. And that isn't so much of a challenge. It's possible to not die and take damage during boss fights, but it's going to be extraordinarily difficult and dangerous to do it like that, so getting health upgrades will be kind of important. So. Again, there will be slight discrepancies with how things go in terms of each run-through or walk-through. I'll start at the same level I left off as, but if it comes down to, comes down to certain things like powers and abilities, there will be some discrepancies there, so if you're not looking for whole run-throughs, I do apologize, but due to disk space on my computer, disk space, I apologize, that sounded weird, I won't be doing this all in one take, and especially if I want to do other things. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can kill one of them before I do this. I think I have a little bit more time, so I don't know which way I came from, actually. I did come from this way. I'm not sure where the pyro went. I'm really not sure where the pyro went, actually. Or the stronghold, or the crowd. I don't know if I moved that fast, or they're just not able to keep up. Try not to use a weapon on them, if I can. No, I got ranged, alright. I did no damage. Yeah, okay, finally killed him, alright. That dash did not do as much damage as I thought. Oh, there's the pyro. Okay, that's what I thought it would be. I'm gonna see if I can kill the pyro, or at least one of the shard lords with a ranged weapon. So the safest way I can do it. I got double the ammo, so headshots is the way to go. If I kill him, then we're all set. as you do want to try to go ahead and kill them as much as possible and get their shards, because the permanent upgrades that you can get from it are certainly worth it. But again, it comes at a risk of you dying in the run, and you lose the purple and gold that you have. Which is, again, annoying, but you do keep the shards upon dying, so make sure you get it at the very least. So yeah, Shard Lords, if you have a corner to look around, as it looks like it's going through, it will actually hit you. I hope I can kill him at some point. If not, he is not taking damage. I really thought he'd be dead by now. Oh, got him. Alright, wonderful. So yeah, blue shard, we're good. So if I find the shop here real quick, which I actually don't know where it is. I do want to spend my purple essence. It's important that you spend your purple essence before you die, as if you do die without spending them, you will lose access to all of it, so... Oh, you got the weapon back. I can't find the shop, fortunate, but I think what I will do is I'll just get an exit the level. I'll find the shop in the next one, and I'll just buy some things from there. We'll come back to level 3. But yeah, we made some good progress, although a bit small, but we have a long way to go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one.